like, what is it, I know everyone wants to be, but, you know, I think a lot of us do struggle with, you know, like, subconsciously not going with the masses kind of thing. It's kind of like the tier list mentality, you know? Where, like, a huge amount of people just, like, accept tier lists, like, no matter how early in the game's lifespan it is and stuff like that. Hey, follow through with it, man. You can absolutely be yourself. And that's the strongest you're gonna be. I think the thing that people, like, wind up, like, getting hitched on is that, like, there's the idea of, oh, I could be myself, but myself is so weak and has all these problems and blah blah blah. And that's absolutely not true in my opinion. I'm always of the mind that people are just so much more capable than what they think they are, if that makes sense. People are very, very strong. And you know, like, that's the thing is, like, when there are times we do struggle with things and stuff, like a huge amount of the time, we hold ourselves back a lot. Like, we're putting our own strength against ourselves kind of thing. Yeah. That's good, man. And it's true. It's absolutely true. That's the thing is, like, what is it, you can try to be someone else or fit some sort of style or whatever, but you're not going to be as good at it as someone else if it's not you. And also, like, you may attract a lot of people, but you're not going to attract the right people, you know? Yeah. I think about, like, oh, well, I guess a great example would be, like, you know, streaming and Let's Playing and stuff like that. You know, I think there's a lot of people who wind up getting inspired by other, like, humorous, established people and stuff like that, and they tend to kind of, like, mimic their attitudes, or like, oh, there's only a very specific way to be funny. We gotta follow these certain trends, blah 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 blah. And, like, that might get some attention and stuff like that, but, like, I don't know, like, the example of what I'm saying is, like, there's so many different ways to be funny, just in general, you know? And, like, I think, like, even from, like, a streamer perspective, you know, is, like, you be yourself, you're gonna have that crowd that, like, does feel your personality kind of thing, you know? And it'll be a tight group kind of thing. Of course, that's not the only thing to streaming. You also have to put in a lot of work and commitment to it. No matter what personality or style you try to do. And have a lot of patience. This is just an example. Yeah. But it's the same thing too, you know? whether you're trying to be funny or serious or just whatever. You are your strongest you. And yeah, like also everyone has something to bring to the table. Everyone has a story to tell. And like there's gonna be someone out there who empathizes with it, kind of thing. No matter how rough, maybe you feel it's dull or just, like as you grow, like bad experiences, good experiences, they can all be used to like help people in the future. I think for the youngins who are growing into your positions that you struggled at before, you can say, hey, I've been there and I can give you a few tips on things. And just like my experience with going into this new church and like fighting to help and teach the college/young adult group is just like, these people who are just a small chunk younger than me. It's like, hey, like I've been through these experiences before. Like I think one of the biggest things is to let people know that things are so far from like over, kind of thing. Like whether it comes to relationships or your first ideas of careers and stuff like that, and they don't end up working out, like there's so much to life, and like there's so many things that you wouldn't expect, like so many paths that can like give some purpose, kind of thing. Even things you don't expect, kind of thing. And just like the really hard things, kind of thing, is just like, we can choose to like wallow in them, or like choose to like, have them make us stronger people in the long run, and be like, hey, you know what? Like after a few times of going through a few rough things, it's like, it's not gonna be the end of the world. I'm gonna live through this. I'm gonna survive because I'm a strong person. Like, I think, at least to the younger generation, that's one of the most important things to, like, really push on them. It's like, I know for the time being something's tough, but trust me, you're gonna get through it. Like, there's so much you're capable of, and, like, so many times you're gonna have rough times and you're gonna have good times, but like every experience gives you the chance to be stronger and help you define yourself much more, kind of thing. Hey, guess what? This one random online match that you lost actually isn't the end of the world and doesn't define you as a person forever. That's a big one to tell people, That's a big one to tell people. Because, not a lot of people outright say they do that, but a lot of people act like it. And what is it? That was me all the time a few years back, and every once in a while I still struggle with it too, but I don't know. That's why I made that improve your mental game thing, because I think it's, at the end of the day, I think it's like even more than becoming the best, it's so much more important to just like really get some good value and enjoy the journey, because ultimately, like, having that perspective will be something that can help you outside of Smash, kind of thing. It can just help you in life, I went like way ranty there. But yeah, that stuff is absolutely important to me. I don't know. I think I can never speak for previous generations, but like it just seems like there's so many people who like there's so many things that just keep getting more and more minute that set them off and feel like things are hopeless kind of thing, and it's really sad, you know. Far more important than finding our dream fantasy situations is like finding happiness in any situation kind of thing, like any tough period you're going through or any like hard tiring like day-to-day task that you have to deal with for the time, like imagine how much power is in that to find happiness in that kind of thing. It's so much security, so much growth, and then you have so much more time to focus on like even more stuff. Help other people, you continue to grow as an individual yourself, you know.